What's going on, YouTube, and welcome back to Goal Line Hockey. It's your boy Kevin Forte, and today we are taking a look at the Philadelphia Flyers. So some interesting stuff coming out of Philadelphia. They've been linked to a couple different players. The Philadelphia Flyers are going to look different this offseason. We've seen John Tortorella come in. He's their next head coach. But we're also hearing some on-ice changes other than behind the bench coming to the Flyers. So we're going to go over that today. So the first one was I heard last week that Nicolas Deslauriers's name has kind of been linked to the Philadelphia Flyers. I think Nick Deslauriers is a great fit for the Flyers. He's a guy that can protect some of the younger guys, like a Morgan Frost, a Joel Farabee. He's the protector, and I think he did a great job of that in Anaheim. I really liked him on the Anaheim Ducks, and he's one of the few guys that can still skate in the NHL, but can also fight as well. So I think Nick Deslauriers is a great option there for the Flyers, and would definitely fit what they're trying to build in terms of being a team that's tougher to play against. That definitely fits the mold. Now, this is from Darren Drager. He said that the Philadelphia Flyers will likely go swinging for the fences this offseason. Now, that's no real shock to any of us. I mean, I've made a couple of videos already. Nazem Kadri's name has been thrown out there. Of course, Johnny Gaudreau, who is from southern New Jersey. There's another guy, a perfect fit for the Flyers. So the Flyers will be looking to spend some money. Now, the problem is they only have $5 million in cap space. They have the fifth highest salary in terms of money being paid out in the National Hockey League. Only teams like the Bruins, Panthers, and the Lightning and the Habs are ahead of them. So Philadelphia does have to take away some of that money. And one of the ways they are looking to do that is James Van Riemsdyk. Now, if you guys watched one of my videos, it was more of a Habs-centric video, but I talked about the possibility of Jeff Petrie being flipped for James Van Riemsdyk and a prospect of the Flyers to Montreal. This was more of a salary dump on the Jeff Petrie deal, but also the Flyers would have been getting another good defenseman in the fold. Now, I don't know if that mentality is still the same. I believe that was during the Marc Bergevin era of the Montreal Canadiens, so I don't know how feasible that still is today. But considering that Jeff Petrie is still one of the guys being linked around the league, I do think the Habs are still looking to find a trade for him. And that's what makes sense here, right? The Flyers could try to move James Van Riemsdyk to clear up cap space. That was from Elliot Friedman. We also heard some stuff here from Anthony Sanfilippo. The Flyers may have to retain up to $2 million on James Van Riemsdyk's contract if they hope to move him. And that's not impossible, right? I mean, again, considering JVR's contract ends next summer, if they were to eat $2 million, they would be freeing up $5 million of cap space, which automatically, considering they have $5 million now and then $5 million freed up from trading JVR, that's $10 million in cap space for the Flyers. So that definitely helps them out just a little bit. Now they do, again, you have to remember the Flyers do have some guys coming off the books. Morgan Frost is coming off of his entry-level contract. Owen Tippett, same thing for him. Zach McEwen and Nate Thompson are also, Nate Thompson, Kevin Connauton, and Keith Yandle. I think all three of those wily veterans are out of here, considering Thompson's 37, Yandle's 35, and Connauton's 32. I think they will be done. But Zach McEwen, who is an RFA with arbitration rights, I do think Zach McEwen does return. And in between the pipes, they don't really have much. Actually, no, I'm completely wrong. They are pretty much figured out. Last week, they signed Ivan Fedotov to a one-year contract. He's a 25-year-old goaltender coming from the KHL and is going to give Carter Hart some competition as the starting goaltender. So this could be kind of an interesting turning of events with Carter Hart and Ivan Fedotov. Again, a very good Russian goaltender the last couple years in the KHL. So this might be good for Carter Hart, some healthy competition. And again, we're seeing some Russian goaltending coming back to Philadelphia. So Martin Jones will leave the team as an unrestricted free agent. He's 32 years old. Pretty much, I hate to say he's washed up, but I do think his time in Philadelphia is over. So that's JVR. That's their goaltending. Now, another report here from NHL Rumors Daily saying that the Flyers are diligently working to find a spot for James Van Riemsdyk. Chuck Fletcher, the GM of the Flyers, has been in touch with some West Coast teams. Now, what are some of those teams that could be of interest? Well, of course, you look at teams with cap. I look at the Arizona Coyotes, but I don't think there's much of a fit there. So when I do look at teams on the West Coast, I'm looking at more of the California teams. LA is looking for a winger. Anaheim's looking for a winger. I mean, maybe to a lesser extent San Jose, but they don't have much cap space on their own. So I look at Anaheim and LA really being an interesting spot here for James Van Riemsdyk. I do think there is definitely a fit there. It's just a matter of finding the right trade that goes for both teams. And I think that, when you look at kind of the model of that Jeff Petrie trade, I think that's the model the Flyers will try and go with, right? It's going to cost them a prospect, but they're also saving on the cap. Now, again, how much do they save? If it's something like the Jeff Petrie trade, I don't know. But again, I think they're trying to free up cap space. So bringing in Jeff Petrie doesn't really make much sense now for the Flyers. Again, if they're trying to bring in a Gaudreau or a Kadri, you need as much cap space as possible in order to do that. So I think if the Flyers can just retain some salary, get rid of his contract, and kind of call it a day, I think that's what we're going to see the Flyers try and do. So guys, let me know what you think in the comment section down below. What do you think are some trade targets for the Philadelphia Flyers this season? Which of those guys would you like to see the Flyers bring in? I think Nick Delorier and one of those guys, whether that's Kadri or Gaudreau, would be a huge, huge upgrade for the Flyers and make them a team that's tougher to play against. I think that's pretty well said, right? Guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again next time.